This week's Rugby Union Classic travels back in time to 1987 and the World Cup semi-final, Australia versus France in Sydney. Well, hello and welcome. Nobody will ever forget the clinical brilliance of the 1987 All Blacks, the wit and innovation of the 91 Wallabies, or, of course, the emotional intensity of Francois Pienaar's 1995 Springboks. But if one individual match has to be singled out in the history of the World Cup, it'd be this semi-final in Sydney. Australia were the favourites, but this day would belong to Europe, in particular France, and inevitably Serge Blanco. In their previous encounter, less than a year ago, Australia had beaten the French 27-14. That match had been in Sydney. The French had not won on Australian soil for 26 years, and few people thought they could win the one that really mattered. The Southern Hemisphere awaited a clash of New Zealand versus Australia in the World Cup final. Well, that World Cup arrived too late for the genius of fly-half Mark Ella, but Michael Lynagh was on course to prove himself the world's most accomplished number 10. His partnership with Nick Farr-Jones would reach fruition 4 years later in London, but already it was a magnificent combination. Also in vintage form was David Campese. The erratic genius was filling the number 15 shirt this day. But it was to be another extravagant fullback talent that stole the day, the free-spirited Serge Blanco. He provided one of the great endings to a great French performance, notable also for the inventive Pierre Babizier at scrum half and another of the game's greats, Philippe Sella. 1987, Australia versus France, a game to remind us all how wonderful the sport of rugby union can be.
And it's David Campese who immediately puts in a huge kick, much to the liking of the crowd, a great favourite here, playing now for the Randwick club in Sydney. And so they're right on halfway, and it's Eric Shaw, number 6 at the tail for the Frenchman. And opposite him is Simon Poidevin. You'll notice him having to keep behind the rear feet until the line-out maul has gone its distance. Berbizier, Menel, along the line there to Charvet. That was Sella. Sella going back to the forward stick, and on there, the number 8 forward, remember, struck by Laurent Rodriguez. Now it's Berbizier once more. Blanco was in the line, beautifully out there to Combarabero. And Combarabero tackled and put down there by Cameron Lillicrap. The French may well have given notice of intent with that crisp handling early on. Lawton throws. Leaning over. Penalty to Australia. Clear indication from Brian Anderson there that somebody was leaning on a shoulder. Daniel Dubroco will be saying to his big fellas, look, just be careful. Michael Lynagh. Oh, he's given that a monstrous clout, but he hasn't found touch. Blanco. Blanco safe. Australians cut their line out there, got the 3 big men together. Farr-Jones, Lynagh with the drop goal. Has he got it straight through? Yes, he has. A drop goal by Michael Lynagh. Australia leading 3-0. And it came as easy as this. The knockdown from the big fellas, plenty of time, although it was a high pass from Farr-Jones, and clean through. A bit wobbly, but they all count. Cutler's ball. This is Papworth. Cutler having won it from the line out. Yes, it's a penalty for pulling them all down. Jean Condon there, who's just been brought back into the French side for his 40th international. And Brett Papworth, who's one of the most elusive runners in the game, just fussed as he went in amongst the forwards. Lynagh then to put Australia 6 points up. Well, you can see 6 points to 0. They played about 10 minutes. The Australian crowd delighted, and so is this fella. He's heading towards an Australian record of points. Cody picked up and tried to give it to Farr-Jones. Cutler now, this is Coker. And then Lillicrap. Lynagh. There's a kick by Slack, and he was charged late by Menel. Now there's going to be a chat here with the referee and Andrew McIntyre. Alain Lorieux, number 4, is the big Frenchman who's at the centre of that bit of action. All been sorted out amicably.
Yeah, very good decision there by referee Brian Anderson, that he saw what had happened and he diffused the situation so quickly.
And notice how he went round there at the other side of the scrummage. The Frenchman penalised for offside. And there from the camera, down at that north end, Lina to stretch Australia's lead. Oh, he's given it a lovely crack. It's made it. He really is in tremendous kicking form, this fella. The Sydney crowd delighted. 9 points to 0 Australia lead. They played 31 minutes of the first half. Berbizier once again. Back inside to the ever-present Dubroca. Berbizier once more. Lagisquet. Lagisquet, oh, what a sidestep. Caught by Grigg. On the Australian 10 metres line. Now it's Berbizier, but he left it to Erbani. Tremendous tackling, another superb tackle by Boydevin. Rodriguez drive. Berbizier feeds. Now it's Menel, along the line to Charvet. Charvet, Sella, this is Blanco. Blanco has a real chance. Blanco going back inside to Conderabero. 3 or 4 metres short. And what a superb tackle there, first by Campese, and then by Herbert, that stopped what looked a certain French try. Lawton throws again. And the rip cleared by Laurier, he scored! The try is given, and Alain Laurier has the whole of the French support on its feet. This great 31-year-old, the former firefighter, has put France within 5 points, 9-4.
But you see, Troy Coker catches the ball and shows his inexperience here, how he allows Loriot to rip the ball off him, and there's no stopping a big lad of about 18 stone from a couple of yards out.
Conderabero stuck it well, he's pulled it round. Oh, it looks perfect. It is. Well, isn't that like the thing? He missed 2 attempts, far easier than that. Kicks the most difficult one, and here again, Laurier, who's a big 17-stone lock forward, and Nick Farr-Jones just couldn't hold him. Long throw to the back, might have been tried to win it, but couldn't. Menel, this is Charvet. Charvet, one of the most silken runners, interception by Lina. It's on the Australian 10 metres line. Laurier. Berbizier, sniping run. Got there by Cody. The drive on by Laurier again. This great bull of a man. What a World Cup he's had. Now it's Berbizier, not sure where to go. Nicely out. Sella has a great chance. Sella's streaking through. What a brilliant try. And that's the French record. A magnificent try. The Frenchmen on their feet. And France in the lead, 10 points to 9. They've played 3.5 minutes of the second half. It really came out of nothing. Laurier made the thrust first of all. What a tremendous charge it was. Stopped by Cutler. And then Berbizier wasn't quite sure. But he gave it out to Menel. And then Sella suddenly veered inwards and was gone. That was some score. Conderabero converted. 12-9. 2 tries to none. And Conderabero returns the compliment. So as I was saying, that's Philippe Sella's 19th try for France, and that's a French record in internationals. French forwards have done some very good ripping and robbing and pirating today. Here's Rodriguez, look, another good ball. Berbizier, Blanco. And this man has had such a part to play in this World Cup effort. 14 tries from fullback he scored as well. Farr-Jones, Lina, Herbert, big powerful lad. But they are not quite tuned to the pace of this kind of game. Cody trying to drive on. Lillicrap helping. That's Lillicrap who's broken away number 1. Almost up to the French 22. Far Jones. Liner steps inside his man. Magnificent break by Liner. Trying to feed outside there to Greg. It's going to be a try for Campese. That's the world record. David Campese with a remarkable report, and that is the world record of tries.
And look at Michael Liner. He's always aware of where his teammates are. He glances inside, he sees the French cover coming, floats the pass out to Peter Grigg, and he noticed how he just delayed his pass slightly to commit Camberbero before he gave it to David Campese.
Liner with this to beat the record. Pulled it in, and that's the Australian record for Liner. 264 points he scored in 20 internationals. Australia leads 15-12, and they've played almost 8 minutes of the second half. Solid French scrum. Berbizier, Blanco. Ooh, he got himself into the wrong position there. Burke waits. Burke high. Won it again. Miller takes it in. Far Jones. Liner. Oh. Blanc knocked down there by Menel. Florio again. Now it's Berbizi, a chance here as Charvet goes. Charvet, Blanco. Blanco checking inside. Blanco still out to Lagisque. Lagisque scored. And Blanco made it all the way. The Frenchman dance a dance of triumph. Lagisque has put France 16-15 ahead. 14 minutes of the second half over. It was an awkward ball for Berbizier, but from this moment to Charvet there was a chance on. Charvet to Blanco. Now watch how Blanco took Peter Grigg away from Lagisque with this little inside step and then the swerve. Grigg had to commit himself, and Lagisque was absolutely clear. That was some try. Camberbero. Oh, pulled it round well. Lovely kick. 3 successful goals for Camberbero. 18-15 France lead. And they've played 15 minutes of the second half.
And we notice how David Campese here overcommits himself, takes himself out of defence, and once Lagisque got it, he only had Cameron Lillicrap to beat.
Good shove by the French. Look at that. Far Jones. Campese in trouble. And robbed. And a chance here for the French. Rodriguez driving. They've cleared the way. Berbizier. Menel right out to Blanco. Pass too high. Blanco in trouble. And the referee has given a penalty for offside. Blanco hasn't heard the whistle. But the referee has given a penalty for offside by the Australian centres. And it's right in front of their posts. Camberbero. Penalty goal to add to his 3 conversions. And France leading 21 points to 15, and we're into the last quarter of the match. Bench singing again as Far Jones feeds Liner. Misses out everybody. Burke came in. He's a big, powerful wing. Erbani sensibly got onside. Far Jones out again to Liner. This is Campese. Campese feeding on there to slack to Liner. Liner the chip high. Blanco underneath it, knocked back and kicked out by Camberbero. So it will be a scrum 5, I think, or was it, did it go into touch? And Lawton ready to throw. Picked it well. Cutler got to it. Lillicrap couldn't hold it. Once again, Sean got through, and he was the one, but it's a try for Cody. The prize has been awarded, and David Cody is overjoyed. So is the Australian support. suddenly, just out of the blue, the big fella got over, and there's just 2 points in it now. What a match this is turning out to be. Notice Cutler won the ball all right. Lillicrap couldn't hold it. It looked as if Chong may well have won it for France, but then Cody suddenly saw the ball and said, "This is mine, here I go, thank you very much." Now, just let's listen to the roar if he slots this one. Line up. 2 penalty goals, 2 conversions, and a drop goal for Michael Lina. And they're tied at 21 all. French 10 metres line. Chong being used at the back. Dubroca. Well, the Australians actually won that ball from Dubroca, which is unusual. That was a kick on by Sella, the pick up by Lina. Now out from Cody, Far Jones. Campese, that's a searching punt. Blanco gives himself back to room. Bajiste. That's out to Comberabero. Oh, tremendous tackle by Bark in front of the French post. That was dangerous. A bit of nasty footwork there, I must say. Well, the penalty has gone to Australia, but I must say Matt Burke's footwork there really should have been penalised. Chong again showing that other short temper of his. Now let's watch this here. Burke did well to tackle Comberabero. But look at that good. Look at the feet going in there. That really was dangerous play. It's 21-21. Lina has already dropped a goal, kicked 2 penalties and 2 conversions. And here the chance, well, it may be this one to put the Australians into the World Cup final. And so Lina keeps 14 goals. 9, 11, 13, 16 points for Michael Lina. Australia leading 24-21. So can the French pull something back in those few closing minutes? Menel restarts. We reckon there should be at least 5 minutes of injury time, and that's an awful lot of time in a game of this importance. Certainly the French will be inclined to throw everything into it. Lina coming for the quick drop out, and he made use of it. Good bit of quick thinking by Michael Lina. Berbizier using Shaw. He pushed his man, taken by Dubroca. Out there to Menel. Menel caught by Herbert, nicely along the line, and it's Sella. Sella to Comberabero, must cross kick here. The referee's whistle had gone. Offside decision, was it? Or no, was it late? Oh yes, charging in late, so it's a penalty for the late tackle on Comberabero. Comberabero then stroked it well, and it's over. 12 points for Didier Comberabero. They're all tied again at 24-24, and I make it that they've played over a minute of injury time. Just inside the French 22 then. Tom Lawton to throw. Cutler to jump. He went for the catch. Far Jones. Lina caught by Shaw. Out there to Herbert. This is Cody. Notice how, as Bill Bowman was saying, they tried to keep the ball alive, but the French have won a useful ball. Berbizier, Blanco. This is Lagisquet. Lagisquet has a strong left foot, but it goes to Campese. Left it to Herbert. There's a great chance here as Herbert, he feeds out to Shaw. Taken on there by Pascal Ondart. Now fed out again from Garouet along the line. And there's a great chance here as Charvet goes over the 22. It's Berbizier once more. And Lagisquet goes. Lagisquet has Blanco outside. Interception almost by line out from. A great try, Rodriguez standing on, and Blanco has scored. That's the try, surely, that takes the Frenchman into the final. Rodriguez, the man who gave the scoring pass. Blanco, the scorer, and he's equalled Sella's French record for tries in internationals. 28-24. They've played almost 5 minutes of injury time. What a match this has been, and what a finish it's been. Lagiske hoisted it off his good left foot. Now an awful lot had to happen here. The Australians left it to each other, and it was Erbany who fed it out. That was Ondarts who took it on. Now, what Lagiske was doing over there, I'm not sure. Rodriguez fed it out to Charvet. That was a good tackle by Campese. And then the long switch pass from Berbizier. Lagiske still. Blanco was outside him. Liner couldn't intercept. That was the crucial pass from Rodriguez, and Blanco was fast enough to get there. Didier Combarabero, oh, he's pulled that one round beautifully again. The French arms are aloft, and that surely seals it. The Australians still have a bit of time. Jacques Ferrou is thrilled, so's the whole French support. 30 points to 24, and I make it we've played almost 7 minutes of injury time. They'll all be listening for the hooter. And all the French will want to do is capture this ball and put it away nice and safe, as Menel has done. So they're on halfway. The whistle goes for the end of the match, and the Frenchmen have done it. They're tearing across the field here, absolutely overjoyed. Look at them jumping for joy. What a moment for the French. 30 points to 24 they've won. And France are through to the final of the World Cup.
What an end to a game. I still go weak at the knees watching that match. So much talent on display, and what a pleasure to see the joy of victory on Serge Blanco's face. It all came from that brilliant scrum half of Bizier throwing a long ball. Lagiske, look at those bodies there. They're just all around the floor. Liner so close to glory. And then there's the man, Serge Blanco, the great free spirit, sprints for the corner, and look at his face. Is there ever a greater moment than Berbizier and Blanco celebrating that moment? Well, for me, that is the greatest game in the history of the World Cup. Seller was at his prime, as was Berbizier. New Zealand were to overwhelm France in the final, but we were all grateful for those moments of Gallic magic. We always will be. That's just about it for this programme. All I can say is thanks very much, Serge, for the memories. Goodbye.